It was time to
they're
prepare
okay
for
and
battle.
not completely counter. So
I go with Secret because
Lone Druid?
Lone Druid is one reason, but also because I don't see Liquid's winning condition being that easy. Miracle on Lina, I don't know. A little bit worried about that.
All right. Well, you know what I'm not worried about? I'm not worried about not being entertained, because I know I will be entertained. I'll be entertained by the teams and also by Trent and Zayori, who are your commentary duo.
Thank you so much, Sheever. The upper bracket today, Liquid on Secret. We're excited here at the casting desk. Trent, I'm curious how you're feeling about this Arc Warden.
Arc Warden, support Monkey King. I'm looking forward to it. Arc Warden is a hero that, frankly, not enough teams experimenting with, not enough teams playing. So always excited to watch it go. You know, we'll start to learn more and more about the hero as more teams go for it. But in terms of things we do know, we know the hero likes a little bit of space. Doesn't like to be harassed too much early on. And look at these heroes on the side of Liquid, though. You got Undying. You got this Death Prophet who wants to knock down some towers. And you got this Mirana. I mean, Mind Control playing in the offlane, kind of trying to make some moves happen. We saw that game from RML yesterday. That was unbelievable.
We'll see a little skirmish for this top rune already. GH runs in deep, and the bounty picked it up with Mind Control, grabbed it. It looks like now Ace getting repelled as a first blood comes elsewhere down bottom. Matumba Man falls at the wrath of mid one.
And Puppey then goes down for the second blow.
And maybe Ace as well. They're going to have another Riptide in a couple seconds. This is a pretty deep chase. They are going to have to let the Druid go. So 1 for 1. That first blood does come out in favor of Secret.
I like the YOLO arrow there as well from Mind Control at the end. Does
Yep.
not find the Lone Druid. He did, in fact, go all the way back.
So let's take a look at these lanes here. Mid 1 versus Miracle. Mid, Lina on Arc Warden. So far, a pretty good start for Miracle. Let's check at the side lanes here. Yapzor supporting Fada on that Beastmaster, who's getting zoned out pretty hard. Kuro unrelenting with this undying pressure. Now in the top lane, we'll see a TP come back from Ace as he rejoins Puppey against this Naga and Autumn duo.
Yeah, so a little bit of harass from the Naga Siren, a little bit of harass from Mirana, and really all they have to fire back with is this Leshrac. Going to be pretty irritating, I would say. Orb of Venom has not been picked up from either of the Liquid heroes, though, so that is one thing that's going Secret's way, is Mind Control just hopping forward there.
Yep.
I like how he's not even wasting the arrow. Just it's so unlikely with the bear, right? Because if you don't hit the bear, he's just going to recall it and end up walking it once he gets the levels there. But
yep. Still putting a lot of pressure on this Lone Druid, though. Ace consistently at low HP. No salve, just a couple of tangos. He's going to have to chew through those pretty quick.
Yeah, for now, still very dangerous until he actually gets recall, I suppose. Stuck under the tower. Not a whole lot of region. I mean, he already ran back home to the fountain. Now he only has 3 tangos.
Yeah, not an ideal start there for sure. So mid lane, oh, back up top.
Yeah, net
Stun
arrow.
on the Puppey, almost a kill. They're going to need one more, but not quite there. Instead, the turn on to Mind Control, also going to fall short. Puppey throws out a lightning to slow down GH, but Mind Control commits forward. He jumps into the tower. Of course, it will cost him his life, but he does get the kill. Hands one over to Ace. Yeah, a little surprised to see that YOLO play.
I guess you're running low HP, man. I get the kill.
Yeah, I'd be a little wary just handing a kill over to the Lone Druid like that, going 1 for 1, but Mirana does get the kill first, so finds some experience and punishes the Lesh all the more.
And we've not been in that bottom lane, though, and kind of the question mark here, the Monkey King will get a little bit of help with that haste run. However, he's still stuck at level 1, and that means he only has the tree dance, just not having a huge impact when that's the only thing you have available.
Yeah, boots first, no Orb of Venom or anything like that.
He can still creep waves, though. That is definitely one thing this hero will be good at.
Yeah, this is an oddly aggro tree here as Yapzor grabs the lane. Meanwhile, back in the lane itself, Fada getting repelled under his own tower. What do you think about the support Monkey King in general? We've talked about it a lot off camera, and we were wondering if a team would actually play it, and here we are. You have faith.
It's just tough, because like not only was he nerfed in terms of like the skills and everything, the Jingu, but the talents, you know, they don't really shape up all that well. The poor man's shield got removed. Like, talents are great once you get there, but when you're playing the support role, you're not really expecting to hit 15 that early, or even 10 that early, so it's tough. I can't say I have a whole lot of faith, but the team fight aspect is there. I think when the Naga Siren's picked up so early, it is nice to have something that kind of deters those combinations from coming out during the song, as long as you already have the Wukong's command out.
Absolutely. Checking in on the mid lane here. Seems to be a pretty even spread. Arc Warden winning the deny battle right now. Lina leading in raw last hits, but pretty even outside of the
Mind
XP.
Control's getting low up top there, but then they turn it around.
Now they're going to go in on to Puppey, and they'll go 1-for-1 again, but Puppey gets the kill first, so finding the experience there. Now GH on the run as Ace tries to chase him down, but I think unlikely to find a kill here as GH grabs a couple of extra last hits. Another 1-for-1.
Yeah, kind of feeling like one of those games where you're going to have your 3 and your 4 relatively close on the side of Liquid, which works out because your other 5 roll is just an Undying. Pro will be looking to feed some Tombstone.
Yeah, mid lane here, the Monkey King has hit level 2, so we've got a Primal Spring to work with. Don't know how easy of a kill this is. It is a level 5 Arc Warden, 3 points in Flux, so they certainly do have some damage.
Yeah.
Miracle also pretty low on mana, but a couple of mangoes. There's the Flux, the Boundless Strike, now the Primal Spring in. They need a few more. It's a little bit close, but Arc Warden's got the damage, and mid one secures the kill.
Be slow. It adds up damage per second all the way to 45 at level 3 as well. Mind Control. Only level 4 on the bear, so no risk of the root quite yet, and that will save him.
Still rough for the Mirana here. Fighting 15 last hits, trading evenly with the lone Druid, but now Ace is the one taking some damage. Leap across from Mind Control, gets the second Storm, finds the kill on Ace, and they get the Bounty Rune. Nicely done on that high-priced target.
That was some nice micro coming out from Ace too. Ways able to use the bear to kind of like block the arrow, but still goes down.
Now mid one taking some damage, but Yapsor's made the rotation. It's only a level 5 Lina. She gets punished once more. Yapsor takes him down.
5-4, just relatively even game all around. But the key thing for Secret, 2-0-1 already on the Arc Warden. I think they'll be happy with that. Lone Druid, I mean, talk about Arc Warden being a hero that kind of needs a little bit of space. Very similar for Ace in this game. Discussions about what the build will be. Will he go for the ranged bear? Up against that Death Province, she's able to punish so hard with the Siphon. See where he heads with that. But now he just has no bear.
It's an interesting question, though. Up top, and snare right into an arrow. They're going to find another one on Puppey, it looks like. They even force a TP reaction out of Yapsor. Mind Control as well as GH will split their ways. Looks like the Mirana could be in some trouble as the Primal Ring Spring connects, and they'll finish him off. It's a killing spree ended. Ace gets that one. GH also lingering around. Pretty big punishment from Secret and a very worthy rotation from Yapsor. But now back towards the mid. Looks like Fada's trying to make a movement himself. Maybe not.
Level 4, he's having a hard lane when you're trying to rotate as a Brewmaster at level 4. I think it's generally not going too well. But that's because he's up against a Death Province. What do you expect?
And Matumba Man kind of having a free lane down here, already using that first exorcism pretty much as soon as he hits 6, and why not? Put some pressure onto this tower, force out a glyph. He's also got the siege creep there. Fada with a double damage rune does make his life a little bit easier. Now Matumba Man needs to be careful. Spirit Siphon does pick him back up. This is a great first exorcism at only the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, but despite having a completely free lane and 8 more last hits, the net worth of Lone Druid, 2940 already.
Yes,
there.
Like it was even
2850
until that dive up top. That was really what tipped the scale.
He had to buy get some items going here. But yeah, that little missed call there, I think a bit of a mistake from the side of Liquid. Mind Control may be regretting that.
Okay, phase boots coming out for the Lone Druid, so still no Helm of the Dominator queued up. Bottom lane, Fada getting Spirit Siphoned as Kuroki makes the rotations. Level 3 Undying, but Split Earth comes, still sets it up for Matumba Man. It'll be another kill on the Brewmaster. Big time Strug City for Fada.
Yeah, and in terms of making space, like you're going to have this ranged Druid, more than likely now with the build he's going. You need someone in these front lines along with the bear, and that's kind of Fada's job.
Uh-oh, that courier. It was a Monkey King. They're going to go in onto Miracle. He is level 6, but absolutely no options. Just feels so easy for this duo of the Monkey King and the Arc Warden to pick on poor Lina.
One already heading towards the Midas. Oh, Arc Warden Gaming.
Oh,
One at a time.
Yeah, looking like a good timing, too. We were talking, there was at least one Arc Warden pick earlier on in this tournament. I remember talking to Bulldog about that Midas timing being so important. Mid one will eat an arrow up top, trying to grab that Illusion Rune. Mind Control comes in, will pick it up. Does some pretty decent damage here. It could, in fact, turn into a kill as mid one finally gets punished. It's Mind Control that takes the gold.
That's one way to recover your offlane.
Absolutely.
Soul kill the enemy mid. Puts them well ahead of him, actually. And
As with most heroes, the longer you delay that Midas, that extends this window where the hero doesn't really want to fight. And Arc Warden, I think, is extra sensitive to that kind of mechanic.
At the same time, we were kind of talking about the support Monkey King. Is he a support? Because he's the second highest net worth on the dark side after he killed Miracle.
I mean, honestly, these rotations have worked out so well. He's starting to transition into what feels like a little bit more of a core. He's got the urn. He's going to have a medallion coming out next. Those right clicks are nothing to scoff at.
Kind of makes you just want to start building core items, maybe, you know?
Yeah. Maybe not the Battle Fury, but still just get some damage-based up top. Kuro here. Had a smoke, gets broken with Puppy, and then they'll just back out. Nice deep ward, though, from Liquid in that enemy jungle to try to scout out these rotations.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Puppy ends up finding it, but Matu up top, he's kind of lurking around here. He's got the Exorcism, maybe hoping they can find some sort of an arrow play. Okay, we're going to use the low HP of the Mirana to kind of bait this out. Like, okay, maybe he's backing away, but seems to be sniffed out here by Ace. He is way back into the tower. They have not seen Matu in a long time. Now, they're scanning behind the tower, bottom, maybe just trying to see, like, okay, is that where they're at? Like, what's the play here? But Ace is just not willing to risk it right now.
Good nose on that bear. Suspicious of the rotation, and he will certainly live. Relatively even laning phase, though. About to roll over to the 10th minute. A very small net worth lead for Secret. Their lone druid still topping the charts, but the two big cores of Liquid really not doing too bad themselves. As bounty runes come out, looks like it'll just be a 2 for 2, so still an even spread there.
Looks like actually they kind of snuck the one down bottom. Bada and Yapsaur. Bada gets 2 as well.
Oh, did he?
Oh, he did.
Oh.
He looking good. 3 for 1.
You're right. My bad. That's on me.
Well, I mean, there wasn't in, but they got one thing going for them. See if they can actually make a play happen as GHD lurking with it.
Still some duration, but oh, they finish off the trees. Great use of the tombstone from Kuroki, and anytime you find the Monkey King like that, pretty much a freebie. That'll be the end of the killing spree for Yapsaur.
We're having some discussions about what support was left in terms of like the Monkey King counters, and I was thinking about the Wind Ranger maybe possibility, but and the Jakiro had already been banned out for trying to burn down the trees with the Macro Pyre. Tombstone, although it's on a long cooldown, when you find those nice moments, completely worth it. Oh, yeah. And when he has a streak like that going too, you're very happy to get that going for yourself with an Undying.
Well, a little bit of defense from Secret, though. This Tier 1 tower won't go down without a fight. There's the Bruce split right onto Matumba Man. He's already used the Exorcism, but the Arc Warden's here. It's just too much damage. They can't save the DP. Kuro caught inside of the Cyclone. They're going to try to chase him down now. Puppy a little bit low on mana on the Lesh, but they've got plenty of ways to lock him down, and they'll make it a 2-for. Tower defended. Now denied.
A 5-minute rotation.
Yep, GH went in for the tower, and it does end up getting denied. Great use of the bubble.
GH and Mind Controller just going for the real YOLO plays this game.
I stuttered for a second. I was like, is that really GH right there? Just running in for the tower? That's pretty much a certain death, and indeed it was. Makes it 3 for Secret.
They have so much chase, though. Miracle, speaking of which, being chased down. Balance strike, and 1.
Big rotation mid. Now mid 1 lays in the damage. It's another kill on the Lina. Big stuff coming out from Secret, and now furthering their lead. Mind Control is pressuring up top all the while, forces out a glyph on that Tier 1. I think Secret have to be happy with that trade. This lone druid now getting a lot of space.
Yeah, all this time I've been talking about this lone druid and this Arc Warden, but on the side of Liquid, Miracle's suffering. This is your anchor player. This is the guy that wins you your game of Dota 2. And Lina, one of these heroes that needs a couple items to really come online. You know, you first want the Yules, then you want the Shadow Blade, and then at that point you just feel like now you're able to actually kill people, but you still want all these items to actually become that big damage dealer.
Yeah, it absolutely feels like just a tough Lina game. You know, this is one of the drawbacks of the hero. She's very much a glass cannon with mobile heroes like Monkey King, the long range of Arc Warden. A lot of these deaths, there's not really much Miracle could have done besides just be in a more defensive position. Easier said than done, though, in some of these situations. 4 heroes of Liquid have now rotated mid, and they kill a Tempest double. That's about it.
Yeah, they have the Exorcism in 30 seconds. If they want to use 4 heroes here to try and force something, that's going to give that space to Miracle in the bottom lane, but be a little bit cautious here.
They do smoke up behind the Death Prophet.
Song and Tombstone.
Yep, kind of baiting with Matumba Man here. They do really want this Tier 1 tower, but Secret, again, not going to let it go without a fight. Big damage onto the Death Prophet, but Puppy gets isolated, and he will be the first casualty as they Moonlight Shadow. All 5 of Liquid now making the rendezvous point in the mid. Secret might just sack this tower and take the opportunity to split. Now initiation onto Ace and Snare, Laguna Blade to follow up, but he's got the bubble. He'll survive for now. Gonna be a close one.
GH, get it.
Now the split comes out of Fada. Big team fight for Liquid. GH getting relatively low, still holding on to that Song of the Siren. Now stunned up as they turn back in onto the Tempest double. And the real mid one trying to make it back up to the high ground. Fada's been killed, and mid one getting very low. Matumba Man able to finish him off as Song of the Siren now deployed on the other side. The setup onto Puppey. Liquid cleaning house.
Yeah, so, it's not quite enough damage. The stick still from GH. He still holds it. This guy's an animal. 8 charges.
It's going to be a full 5-man wipe now. Matumba Man with another Crypt Swarm to secure the kill. They get that tier 1 tower mid. Everything going the way of Liquid. It's a full 5-for-0 exchange here, Trent. A massive net worth swing of 3,000.
Yeah, things were looking so good for Secret. They were kind of all up there, but they went with a play. They executed their hard from Liquid. And the way they just started, they didn't start popping all these ultis at once. You know, they saw the one on the left track. They went for the net, the arrow. Great start. Matu got low, but they earned him back up. Great sustain item. Then he's able to still go into the fight with the Exorcism, and they just kind of picked off Secret one by one.
Yeah, you can see the power of Lina not getting initiated on. Instead of being able to catch someone else, follow up with that LSA, get off the Laguna, turn the fight basically into a 4v5 really before it starts. That's what Liquid needs to do. But
yeah, and that'll give them their first duels that they want onto Matu. Miracle will still be looking in towards his. Yeah, Mind Control's got that damage.
So how's our lone druid doing? Ace, he went for the Maelstrom first item here, it looks like. Anything on the bear? Nope, actually completely empty inventory. So no HOD, no early Radiance. Going to be Mjolnir first item.
Now we are just rocking the ranged bear. Druid doing his thing, hoping to get a little bit of space, trying to get nice and fast.
Well, now the Maelstrom comes out on Mirana. It's delivered by that courier as we see Liquid take a relatively aggressive stance in the mid lane. Secret posturing like they want to wrap around and find some sort of initiation, but the angle not going to present itself, and instead it's mid one that could get rotated on if he doesn't make it.
Yeah, you can see the circles coming out there from Kuro, just kind of assuming they're inside the Radiant jungle, drawing some arrows, drawing some lines, and he says we should just push mid, push top. I would rather, you know, we're Radiant side. I would rather control this part of the map than this part of the map, because there's nothing down here. It's just empty. Nobody cares. Then there's this big Roche dude. We like him.
Seems like we could see some tower exchanging up top. The tier 2 falling very quickly. Secret actually kind of struggling to take this one down quick. Liquid now rotating a lot of heroes. Fada jumps in. There's the split to follow up the Boundless Strike. Matumba Man having a lot of trouble. Does have the Yules and the ultimate, but might opt to save it here. The bear gets brought down, as does GH. Looks okay for Secret. There's that Yules coming out of the Death Prophet, and they'll bring down Puppey to boot as Mind Control joins this party. Yapzor up on the tree line here, but he gets silenced. He's stunned, and this could just be a dead Monkey King. Now trying to make the retreat. The Tombstone flies. It's 2 down for Secret and 1 for Liquid. Mid one now in a lot of trouble. Yule's Scepter locks him in place. Ace comes back in to try and turn this around, but it won't happen. 3 down for Secret. A triple kill for Mind Control, and they're in hot pursuit.
Yeah, it felt like they looked really strong because of the Blink Dagger on Fada, but maybe not noticing the Yule Scepter there, too.
The split push, that wasn't even the Lina rotating. She stayed top and did huge damage to that tier 3 tower. This is 17 minutes and already down to 400 HP.
And that's going to continue to be chipped away at. And just one Exorcism sitting at that low ground there. Yes, it gets terrifying to siege later on, but of course they know they have a very small window.
Liquid's team fight is just too good. The Undying, incredible in those kind of close quarter situations. He gone for the very standard 1 point in decay, maxing out the Tombstone, now going back for the Soul Rip. Undying proving to be a very potent pick.
And they're going to head in towards the pit. They're going to start with the arrow. So they're going for this without the Exorcism. Now they have taken quite a bit of control here, of course.
They do have Song
Sentries.
as well. Yeah, the get out of jail free card to reset as long as GH doesn't get popped.
The old take your time. Plus, I mean, they're fighting when there's no Bruce split. I don't think they're too concerned.
Now, I do want to mention Fada picked up a Blink Dagger at a really good timing. He's had it for at least 3 or 4 minutes now. And despite having that rough laning phase, still has managed to have a pretty okay impact in these fights. But you pair him to the off laner on the other side, and yeah, there's a hell of a despair.
The problem, though, is that like he blinks in, he claps, he gets his ulti off, and it looks like they're going to get something done on the Matu, and Matu just starts siphoning the bear and Yules himself. And when he comes back down, he's like full HP again.
Yeah, hard to deal with. It almost feels like Liquid doesn't have a position 3 right now. You know, they're just playing this tri-core lineup, and Mind Control is doing a shitload of damage. Nice deny there from Matumba Man. Another advantage for Liquid. They did finish off that tier 2 in the last exchange and now securing the deny, furthering that net worth lead. Liquid just in a very comfortable position right now. Aegis the Immortal up on the Lina. She does take a boundless strike in the top lane. Shadow Blade now queued up to follow her Yule set.
Nearly done too. Is
guessing on the trees. Hey, you miss all the shots you don't take. If you catch the Monkey King there, that's an absolute free kill.
Gotta be a bit careful though. He's roaming around here at half HP, and there are reinforcements, but they will be spotted by that.
6K net worth is the favor for Liquid. All 3 of their cores topping the chart.
Miracle's waiting. He might get this. Oh my god. Only he knew.
That was pretty close.
Yeah.
Playing very aggressive with this Aegis. We're seeing some heroes from Secret making the rotation. Almost catches the Monkey King. It's a close call.
This teasing might just work out to killing Miracle here.
Does definitely pull some attention to the top lane. The rest of Liquid all grouped up in their jungle. BKB coming for the Death Prophet. Looks like Kuroki might just be going for some Guardian Greaves there on the Undying. But what's the game plan for Secret to get back into this one, Trent? I mean, they have very greedy heroes. So I think it's just buy time, split around the map.
Hold
the line!
Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Try not to lose that tier 3 for as long as possible so you can keep your shrines.
Yeah.
The vision from Yapsor, try and create pickoff.
Puppey walks right into Miracle with a Moonlight Shadow, and that's a freebie on the Lesh. Now on the other side, the Arc Warden Yules into Arrow. He's dead in the blink of an eye. 2 down for Secret, and now Liquid looking for an objective, probably that tier 2 mid.
Jeez, you can understand why he'd feel safe. He has the Observer, he has the Sentry. He probably thinks it's an okay area for him to be, but Liquid just roam on in, grab him, and they're going to get this tier 2 with ease, and they can save the exorcism if they want.
Kuroki almost gets the Monkey King again, so close as he finishes off those trees. Ace getting scouted out here by Mind Control. Steal some of that farm, all the while Matumba Man mid with the Exorcism just finishes off that tier 2. 1 outer tower remains for Secret as Fata gets soloed down bottom by Miracle. Now up in the base, Matumba Man going high ground. There's the buyback on the Brew. He does get off the split, but Mind Control's already jumped back. Are they going to be able to kill this Mirana here? He's out of leaps. Left behind, but Song of the Siren, it comes out just in the nick of time. Mind Control with 30 HP. The Spirit Panda can't quite get there in time. Kuroki, is he going to be able to survive through this? It doesn't look like it, but Mind Control makes the TP. Monkey King scouted him out just at the last second, but can't stop it. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Miracle just pressuring that tier 2 and forces out another glitch.
That Earth Panda just trying desperately through this song to get there, but couldn't find it. Yeah, kept getting fogged, curved, and then as you said, TP's out with the taunt.
The little panda that could.
Could not.
Could not, as it worked out. Oh my, brutal for Secret. It just feels like Liquid are ripping them apart. All of these fights that look kind of okay for Secret, you realize, oh, that's because it's a 4v5 and there's someone else splitting around the map.
Yeah.
Oh, right, it's because your Brewmaster had to buy back there. Every step forward, it seems like Liquid is just getting a little bit more.
And all of their team fight is Fata too. So if they can counter the Brew split with the song like that and no one can follow up, then that's, I mean, what more do you have?
Yeah. Fata's still really struggling to make that item progression. He's got a Vlad's queued up, nothing out of the ordinary there, but Naga is only 500 net worth behind the Brewmaster. I think that's a great microcosm of how this game is shifting. GH already with a Meteor Hammer and an Urn of Shadows. He's a support.
Yeah, his game's been very good. And once that Blink Dagger comes out, I mean, that feels like just the end of it for me, honestly. Unless they get a lot more gold onto this Arc Warden, get him to that terrifying spot. But even then, with the Song and the Blink Dagger, you can just suddenly have all this time to plan it what you want. And there's not going to be early BKBs on the side of the Dire. I mean, that's just not an item that Arc Warden goes for. They're building one because they have the range loan druid, so they can kind of opt into it from Ace, but still, he'll be the only one. If anything, they'll just isolate him.
Yep, and not ideal. Mind Control forward, but kind of baits in some of Secret. Now the Dust gets used as the Moonlight Shadow is deployed. All the ultimates coming up for Liquid. Exorcisms there. Still 45 seconds on Song of the Siren, but Meteor Hammer going to be there to finish off the tower. Mind Control will take it down. BKB now picked up on the Mirana. Also a BKB on Matumba Man's Death Prophet. So 2 bouts of 10-second magic immunity. Pretty scary time.
Miracle's
Liquid
hunting.
can win a fight here.
Ace.
They could go high ground. LSA Laguna, it's a dead bear. They'll find Ace and turn him into a trophy.
And mount him up on the wall. That was brutal.
No buyback available on the Druid either, so they're going to have 40 seconds here.
This feels like it should be a Rax. The only hope is Fada. The song, though, back in just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Team fight over.
The Aegis was reclaimed, so that is one thing maybe going the way of Secret, but still a big window. There's the Exorcism. Kuroki in the front lines taking a lot of damage, but it looks like he might survive through this with the Song of the Siren. The disco ball from Lesh isn't quite enough. Now they set it up with a Meteor Hammer. Connects on 2. The follow-up LSA. Secret in big trouble as mid one falls and buys back. Puppey goes down shortly after. There's the Wukong's command. All the buybacks coming out. The Bruce Split doing very little. There is some backdoor protection. That'll keep that tower alive a bit longer than planned, but it does end up going down thanks to that Exorcism. Still all 5 alive on the side of Liquid, and with the buybacks, Secret are all here.
Yep, you're starting to lose out on the Flesh Golem. Of course, you know the song this time. Bail out, got what you came for, and focus on retreating, regrouping, and taking Shrine.
Still economic damage. Liquid very happy with that for sure. I think that series of stuns actually connected on the Tempest double and the Arc Warden, but in the moment, it felt like 2 heroes.
I mean, they're 2 heroes, well, you can see.
Take a look here at the replay. So definitely a good initiation for Liquid. An easy one. Remember, it's a 4v5 here. It looked like a good start onto the Undying, but he's just too damn beefy in these situations.
Yeah, and then the song, like, while they're singing to stop this whole Brewmaster thing, they're just ignoring him. Like, they're going in, as he's saying, the Arc Warden. He buys back, and then mid one, you can see just Mike going to get another bubble up before he even bring the other Arc Warden. So he's playing this thing so well.
Yeah.
For sure, but it's just not enough right now. They are ahead so early, so quickly from Liquid, and it all kind of started with that one fight in the mid at the tier 1. Ever since then, this game has been all Liquid.
Yeah, and it's felt like a lot of the fights, like you were mentioning, it's not individual misplays from Secret. It's just Liquid have the superior damage, the superior firepower, and with that Undying, they actually have the superior sustain. Up top, the Shrine gets finished off. Puppey dodges the arrow, but now trying to survive. Ace on the other side, soloed by Miracle as Puppey also gets brought down. Uh-oh. Secret now going to have to defend this high ground without a buyback on the Lesh, or the Brewmaster, or the Arc Warden.
Since the 14-minute mark, they've had 2 kills from Fada. Killed GH, he killed Kuro. So they've killed the supports twice in the past 11 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, that's brutal. High ground siege, here we go. No tier 3 mid, the barracks are exposed, and they're going to focus on the melee.
Matsu's BKB is still 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
He almost has another item.
And still 9 seconds on Miracle. So a lot of Magic immunity go around. The Arc Warden bubbles helping out a little bit, but remember that Exorcism, an incredible tool to just cut right through it. Now the mid lane's down. They're going to rotate up top, try to get a second set of objectives here. Secret have heroes respawning. They'll at least be able to get the tier 3. It'll be interesting to see how long Liquid hangs around.
Yeah, they're going to try and make a play here. They have the split. The only way, and nope. See ya.
Exorcism starting to expire. They will just head back to safety. Liquid playing very controlled right now, not overstaying their welcome. 16K net worth, now the favor. Smoke from Secret. What are they going to be able to find here? Fadas gets broken. It's a blind blink clap into Bruce Split, right onto Curl, but can they even bring him down? Leap away, they're just going to get the Undying. Secret probably okay with that if they don't lose anymore.
Yeah, on the one hand, you're like, why are you focusing on the Undying? Why don't you go for the other 2? And then you realize, okay, they still have their BKBs up.
Yep.
Like, what's, you know, you can't even kill the DP in the Mirana with a jump in like that, so.
I mean, you have to go for something there if you're Secret, I think. Yep. At least they get 1 pick off. It's a small sign of life going their way, but when you look at it from the Liquid perspective, it's like, yeah, you can take our Undying. We expected him to die a few times this game. Not a big deal. Roshan also respawning very quick.
Yeah, they didn't take the fight on the high ground, so didn't have to use the song. Means they can have it for the pit.
Looks like this one will go uncontested, especially with the Bruce Split on cooldown. Liquid hanging on to that Naga Siren ultimate. Feels very safe. Low risk Roshan, but they will be rewarded with an Aegis and a Cheese. GH with the safety Song of the Siren, just in case there was some sort of an Aegis snatch to come about. They will put that second life in the hands of Miracle, who's now got a Crystallis, soon to be a Daedalus.
That was a really smart play, too. Because basically, you look at it as like, we burn our BKBs or we burn the song. Because you don't really know if Yapsor is just lurking on some tree and he's going to boundless strike you and then steal the Aegis.
Yeah. And might not be enough to get Secret back in this game, but Liquid just playing very tight, not giving them any opportunity to find those small advantages. They now focus on this bottom shrine.
Yeah, the fact that Matsu's BKB has stayed 10 seconds for this long is like the story of this game.
Very representative of how little pressure has actually been on him.
Because they're just playing so crisp and clean of just like, they're not giving that moment for Secret. Like BKB is like your fail-safe for like, oh, I'm out of position. That's when you pop this thing. Just not necessary at all.
He's even got a Shiva's Guard now. Like you were saying, his item progression has not slowed down. So much beefier, up to 22 armor. Not an easy target. Arc Warden picks up the Mjolnir, gets his first big item. This is that window where Arc Warden just doesn't feel that strong. He's an incredible laner. We saw how easily they were able to pressure the Lina. Of course, in the late game, he comes back with a furious momentum once he's got 4 or 5 items to his name. But right now, it just doesn't feel like mid one can put on that much pressure. In the team fights, he's just not survivable. Yeah,
and he's going to head in towards that BKB next. He has decided.
Now, Lone Druid will pick up his BKB now, so Mjolnir BKB. I mean, it's an understandable build for the Druid, but when you look at it, really not that intimidating against these heroes of Liquid.
Liquid just picking a lane here. They already have the tier 3 top, so you'd think that would be the one to go for, so they'll push the wave in mid.
Break that backdoor protection. Arrow flies through. Not going to find anyone, but Exorcism gets deployed. There's no glyph for Secret either. Down for another minute 40. The bubbles, the best they got as Miracle jumps in, pops his BKB, almost brings down Puppey, but blasts YapzOr with the Laguna. Ace has the BKB outside of his own well and still dies. Puppey also gets killed in the tree line. We could be moments from a GG as Fada gets cleaned up. It's not even a team fight as Liquid just run over 4. 30 minutes, 29-15. It is all Liquid all day. A brutal opening match for Team Secret.
Yeah, that is not a matchup that you can really feel that great about. You know, you're like, oh, so what went wrong there, guys? Well, everything? I don't know. I guess the laning phase at the beginning looked good, right?
They destroyed the Lina in the lane. That was like the one thing that really went their way, but what did it transition to?